No matter how consistent you are in the gym, if your training plan isn't built for you, it's not going to work, period. In this video, I'm going to show you how to build a plan that's as unique as your fingerprint so your results finally reflect all the work you've already been putting in. This is part 2 of the video series, The Fastest Way to Change Your Physique. If you missed part 1, go back and watch that first because I dive into why consistency alone is not enough. But in this video, I'm walking you through exactly how to add that clarity step by step using my framework S.E.T. This is the exact structure that takes your consistency and turns it into real, visible progress. Grab a pen and write it down, S.E.T, and let's get into it. The first thing we need is S, a specific goal. Most people think that they just want to lose weight or build muscle, but they never define how much. Are you trying to lose 20 pounds? How fast are you looking to lose 20 pounds? That's going to determine the approach you take. Some people say they want to lean out, but they don't take any measurements. They have no idea what their current body fat percentage is. Sometimes people say they want to decrease their waist size, but they don't have any measurements of their waist. They have no idea where they're starting from. Some people want to get stronger, say squat 225 for 5 reps, but they go to the gym and they never track their reps, their sets, their weights. They just go to the gym and vibe and expect to get there randomly one day through just consistency. But consistency alone is not going to get you there. We have to actually define the objectives that we are aiming for. So that's S. Next thing is E. You need to consider your equipment available. Every great program is built around the same foundational movement patterns. It doesn't matter if your goal is to build muscle, get stronger, run faster, you name it, whatever training goal you have, it is going to be built around the same variations of 6 movement patterns. So squat variations, split stance or single leg movements, hinge patterns, push patterns, pull patterns, core, and carry. Those are the 6 movements that our bodies move based on in our day to day. And that's how every great workout program is built. But the variations that you use depend on the equipment you have available. For example, I have clients that work out solely at home and they may have only a squat rack, bench, dumbbells, and some sort of free weights. Because they are limited to that equipment, they're still going to do variations of those 6 movement patterns that we spoke about, but they're going to be limited to free weights. They don't have access to a leg press or a hack squat. So their exercise selection may just be limited to barbell back squats, goblet squats, zercher squats, split squats, RDLs. They're not taking advantage or they're not able to take advantage of machines. I also have clients who only work out in the gym and they have access to a lot more exercise equipment. So we have a little bit more versatility in the type of exercises we program within those 6 variations. And this is why this framework matters because online, when you're following workouts or getting information that is written for the masses, they're not considering what you have access to. They're not thinking about your setup. They're not thinking about your experience level or whether those movements are even realistic for you or even feasible for you to do. And that's why people stay stuck because they try to apply these generic workouts that they see online to their own situation without understanding how to tailor them. This is also why I take my clients through a 7-point readiness scan because it helps us figure out what variations they're ready for along with what equipment they have. Just because you have access to a squat rack does not mean that you should do barbell split squats. You might be better suited for mastering a regular split squat. Maybe your balance is not there and you're not ready for Bulgarian split squat. So we need to regress you to something else. Maybe we look at your barbell squat and notice that you're not hitting the depth that you want in order to compete in a powerlifting competition. And you would benefit from a box squat that actually forces you to hit that depth. But we're not going to know that if we don't know where you're starting from. So the readiness scan gives us the data we need to make smart programming decisions. But if we're also not taking into consideration the equipment you have available, none of it really makes sense for you because we have to know obviously what you have access to, but then also what you're capable of. You want to know your strengths, your weaknesses, if you have any mobility deficits, and then also take into account the equipment you have available to you so that your program actually works for you. Because a program can look great on paper, but if you can't, number one, perform the exercises safely, or if you don't have that type of equipment, it does not matter. Pendulum squats may be a great option for you if you want to grow your quads. But if you don't have access to that, it doesn't matter if it's in your program that you see online. So this is how we actually tailor the program to you and give you that clarity. Last thing is T, time commitment. You need to be realistic about your time. This is where most lifters get tripped up. They see workouts online that may take an hour, hour and a half, maybe 2 hours, and they automatically think that's exactly what they need to do. That's how much time they need to spend in the gym. But that's not true at all. You might think you need to train longer, but that's just your conditioning. More is not better, longer is not better, better is better. That's why in my program, I always ask 2 questions. How many days per week can you realistically commit to training? And how long can you dedicate to each session, especially during your busiest weeks? Because that's the number we're going to program around. If you can only commit to 3 or 4 days a week, that's the number that we're going to use because that's what's sustainable. I don't care if you can make it to the gym 5 or 6 days, 1 week out of every 8 weeks. That means nothing, right? Too often, people try to follow these 5 or 6 day programs when they know damn well they can only get to the gym 3 times a week. There's nothing wrong with 3 times a week, but we need to be honest about the time we do have available and the time we actually want to dedicate because you don't want to have a 6 day program and then you're only going 3 or 4 days. That means you're only doing half of the program and you're going to get half of the results. So remember that acronym S.E.T. S, specific goal, E, equipment available, T, time commitment. Now that you know those 3 things, you now can structure your plan with clarity. You have your specific goal written down, you have the equipment you have access to, and you have your time commitment. Now you can start putting your consistency to work for you. To make all of this easier, I created a workout creator guide that walks you through all of this step by step. And it even includes templates where you can plug and play your exercises based on the 6 movement patterns, based on the days you have available to train, so that you have no excuse to not have an effective program, no matter whatever your goal is. You can grab it in the link below. In the next video, I'm going to show you exactly how to not waste your time in the next workout once you have all of this built out, because having the workout is one thing, but actually executing it is another. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.